Today on my $1 Million Diary, I'm going to recap what I did last week and what I plan on doing this week. Today is July 29th. I said I was going to do one of these every week. I didn't know how sustainable that would be, but I'm 2 weeks in and we'll get started. First things first, I finally posted my first YouTube video, which was something that I've been wanting to do for the last year. I tried making different videos. I actually made a whole bunch of videos, but I would never post them for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I finally broke that barrier, so I posted the first one. I actually posted 2 videos. So the first video was just my introduction video, me just winging it. And then the second video actually started this $1 million vlog, $1 Million Diary vlog, or whatever we want to call this. And that video was what actually started off me outlining what I planned on doing and how I was gonna get this journey started or continue this journey. I also know that one of the things that I wanted to do was to get myself more organized and to start off with my real estate books and other side project books that are just completely disorganized. So I did get most of that done. Since it's July 29th, I do gotta start getting on the books again because it's August 1st. So I do want to do this at the beginning of the month or the end of the previous month. So I'm okay right now. I still got a little bit of a backlog that I gotta catch up on, and plus the one from July. So I think I'm good. I'm in a much better place with that than what I was last week, and you know, that's a good start. So that's progress. I was also able to get myself on a budget, which is something that I've been needing to do for probably the last year and a half or so, and hopefully that can help me get my finances organized again, because I do need to get that in order now more than ever, just because the economy has not taken a turn in my favor and things are looking pretty rough right now. So now that I was able to take care of those things, I now have a clearer picture of what it is that I need to do in order to be able to move forward with the next step in my journey. And some of those things would include clearing out a lot of debt. So I did end up taking a few loans out. I probably created a bit of a financial mess, but I mean, it's fine. I took a few loans out basically to get the last property and to sort some other things out. So I plan on pretty much working on clearing that debt, and the budget helps out with that. So whatever spare money that I have is just going to be dedicated towards clearing out a couple loans that I got. I did take out a 401k loan to purchase the last property, as well as to acquire 100% ownership of a different property that I had a partner in. So that's pretty much left me with nice little chunk of debt to pay off. I was also able to register for a national board exam that I had to take. I finished school last semester and now I have to focus on these exams. I only registered for one, that will be September 17th. So this is for mortuary license, funeral director license. It's all good. I do got to focus on studying for that. I was able to make a schedule, so now I can get back in the gym. I can study, make sure I handle things at work. I was able to get myself a lot more organized, and I'm hoping that that really helps going forward, because now I just have to be consistent. So I have the schedule set. I just have to make sure that I consistently stick to it. As far as trying to start a business or like a different business on the side, I've realized it's going to be a little bit difficult to do that unless the business does not require any money up front. So I don't want to take on any additional debt, just because I feel like that would just drown me. That would increase risk a whole lot more, and to be honest, I feel like I'm probably one financial disaster away from just completely being wiped out. But that's the fun of it. When you play the game, you know, you take risks and hopefully everything works out in your favor. Ideally, you want to take risks and then have like a contingency plan in case all that goes south. In this case, my contingency plan is, I do not know yet, but I do need to figure that out. I'm basically to the point where one of my rental properties, the escrow ended up going up, so that's a big problem in Florida. Insurance is just taking off, so I'm under $600 a month right now, which is not good. I do have other properties that kind of offset that, but the margins are just a little bit too low for my liking. So that's something that's really kind of eating at me right now, and I got to figure out a way to really take care of that. I also have a tenant that has not paid in 3 months, so it's July 29th. That means here August 1st they'll officially be 3 months and a couple days behind because they still owe me like $25 from the month of May. So I do got to take care of that. That's on my plans for this coming week. I got to make sure that I either get some kind of money or that they know that they need to move out, because my reserves are pretty much dwindling right now, and I just can't afford to keep covering her part of the rent that she pays me so that I can pay the mortgage. And then on top of that, I had to come out of pocket another $600. So when she doesn't pay, that pretty much puts me at a big loss, because that's $600 a month that I'm losing out on, plus her rent, plus my regular mortgage and HOA on the condo that I'm at. That pretty much puts me in the danger zone, and that's not a place that I like being in. It puts me in a pretty bad situation. It makes me uncomfortable, and I have to find a way to dig myself up out of that. But I guess that's a problem for future me to handle. Current me right now just has to figure out a lot of other things at the moment. So because of that, since I'm pretty much losing out on one property, I'm not making any money from it, it's costing me to keep that property, I pretty much do not want to take out any extra debt to try to start another different side gig or some other little side business or anything like that. So something that I've been doing for the last year, which was actually pretty cool when it first started, was I was doing the Amazon influencer program, and it was making quite a nice chunk of change. So last year, it was actually what was helping me keep afloat, even though one of the properties that I have was pretty much destroyed by the last hurricane. And this year, it looks like all of a sudden my profits are now down probably about 60 to 66%. It's like 2/3 of it is pretty much gone. And since I don't want to take out any debt to start a different side hustle, it looks like I'm pretty much just kind of have to double in on this one vehicle and just try to make the best of it that I can. So the profits were down the last couple of months. The last, I think 2 months ago, I did a little bit better than I've done since January. And I think this month I'm on pace to do a little bit better than last month. So 2 months ago, I did a little bit better. Last month was a low, probably the lowest I've gotten since I started the program. And then this month I'm doing better than last month. So, hopefully that helps out. Now, I did figure out why my profits were cut 66%. And it turned out that a few of the products that were actually making me a lot of money turned out to not be available anymore. So, now that I at least know that, I know what the problem is. I now know that the problem wasn't what I thought it was. So now I can pretty much use that data to try and come up with something else. Maybe look for a similar product to replace that one. And hopefully that can bring me back up to where I used to be. Now, while I was doing some extra research on, my Amazon influencer account and seeing why my profits were down, I discovered that Amazon has a lot of other ways to make money. Well, not really discovered. I knew Amazon had other ways to make money, but I was never really interested in them. But as I was going down the rabbit hole, I saw that they have a lot more ways to make money. So if anything, I want to try and capitalize on some of those. And some of these ways of making money don't really require any money up front, which is what I like. So I'm going to see if I can come up with something or I want to see if I can come up with an idea or something that I can use to utilize the Amazon platform to increase my income. At least, even if I could do another $200 a month, $250 a month, that would really help. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. One of the other issues that I had was that I typically have two phones. Most people have their Apple products. They have their phone, they'll have their tablet, and then they'll have their little Apple Watch and all of that. I typically don't have a tablet or a MacBook. I have a regular HP computer, actually an Acer. It's Windows. And I'll have my iPhone, and instead of having a tablet, I just like having a second phone, because to me it's easier to use. I like that it's small. I prefer it better than just having a tablet. So I know some people think it's kind of weird that I have two phones, but a lot of people have a phone and a tablet. So I don't see it as any different. I see it as I have my phone and then I have my secondary device. So I had two phones, and one phone I ended up destroying. Not really gonna say how, but the thing just completely got shattered. So I ended up finally ordering another phone off of Amazon, so it's refurbished. The one that I had as my little secondary device was my old iPhone 8, but now I upgraded that secondary device to an iPhone 12. And I know we're on like iPhone 15, 16, or 17, but at least the 12 still gets updates, and they should get updates for another couple years. My iPhone 8 was not getting updates, so a lot of the apps that I had, they wouldn't fix the little bugs, so they will crash a lot. So hopefully this makes my life a little bit easier. I didn't use any of my money from my job to buy that phone. I ended up just waiting till I got paid from Amazon, from Amazon influencer, and then I used some of that to purchase this phone. So there we go. That's pretty much how I plan on balancing my budget. So if I need anything that's going to be used for business related, I'm just going to try and take it from my Amazon profits, and then I can write that off on my taxes, because ultimately all this stuff is going to be used for business purposes. I don't really want to spend on anything that is not going to give me any kind of returns right now. And yeah, so I'm pretty much on a really tight budget right now, but I'm happy about that. I'm excited about that phone. So also, I mean, there were some reviews where the phone, since it's refurbished, a lot of people were complaining about it. There was one review where it said that the lady had to return the phone 3 times. She got 4 of them, and she didn't like any of those 4. So I'm hoping that I get lucky, and hopefully on that first one, the phone works perfectly fine and I don't have to return it, because the phone that I'm recording out of right now, I also purchased off of Amazon. It was refurbished, so I was able to get it for a whole lot cheaper, and honestly, it's a great phone. Like, I'm surprised that that refurbished phone has actually been so good to me. So I think it's about to be a year since I've purchased it. So I'm excited about that. Excited to have both of my devices, and I think that'll be able to help me from here on out.